Alright,
got
we
the
are live, we
notification
are
that we are
rolling.
live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What is up?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Witchlight. Appreciate you guys for coming in and checking in on us. We're gonna have Valkyrie do our recap, and then from there we'll get into our game. We have a new player today, and we'll see how this all goes. Thank you.
Alrighty, so last time, the group had just finished rescuing the fairy dragon. So we are headed in the direction of Ptolemy Hill. On the way there, we learn of the name Jingle Jangle, who has all of the keys of the realm. We also learned that they were trapped because they had a run-in with Babs-Lorna, who we are also looking for. Along the way, we inquired on... we heard that the Witchlight Monarch has powers in the Feywild, and learned that, yeah, the Witchlight Monarch gains the ability to sprout wings from their back. It's basically a 3-charge necklace. We decide not to demonstrate that because that would waste a charge. As we are moving along, we come across a stream. When looking into the stream, we notice that, hey, there are some creepy looking fish in there. Maybe we shouldn't cross this. We investigate how deep it is and do not seem to be really hitting the fish at all, so we decide, okay, it is safe to cross, and do end up crossing it. About 2 miles or so out from the hill, I personally noticed that it's a tad foggy. We ran into problems with the gases earlier on, so we decided to make some masks going forward to avoid farther problems. Make it to the hill. Just are allowed on as long as we help out Jingle Jangle, which we already planned to do so. Gather some food for them, seeing as they've been pretty much housebound. Make it to Jingle Jangle's place. After a few attempts at different keys, Sir Talavar, who was the fairy dragon in the cage, is freed, and for freeing them, Harriet is gifted with their sword, which basically acts as a +1 dagger. We inform Jingle Jangle that we've heard of Zablina having issues, and learned that she's pretty much flat out disappeared from the Feywild. And because of this, Bavlorna, one of the hags that we're after, has been pretty much altering the rules, leading to people breaking the 3 main ones. We learn that Bavlorna is protected by a lot of bullywugs, is a master of illusionary magic, and to be wary in our travels towards Bavlorna of the brigands who are set up nearby in a large log, basically fortress, especially to be wary of their leader. Um, we decided to spend the night with Jing. Oh, we asked how Jingle Jangle became so obsessed with keys. Turns out it's a curse, which led us into do not make any deals with Bavlorna. That being said, if you could find a way to undo any existing contracts, it may work towards your benefit. While we were asleep, some relationship lore dumping happened, which led to a very bizarre sort of situation going forward, but what will come of that will come of that. And then we are just waking up in the next day, deciding that we are going to make a immediate head for a traveling inn, and that is where we will pick up.
Well done. All right. Getting inspiration. So where we're at right now as a story is everybody is starting to come down their way. The snail was sent ahead probably well before everybody else.
Yes.
And you see an inn in the distance as you guys are all sitting on the hill waiting, eating fruit and truffles. And you do see the inn in the distance, and it looks like it's moving pretty quickly. And you can see by its speed that your snail will not be able to catch up.
No, Snaily.
Well, that could be a problem.
That is a very big problem. I wonder if it ever stops moving.
Do you say that out loud, or is that just a thought in your head?
That is something Harriet will think out loud.
The hill goes, oh no, then it does not stop. It continues on its journey through hither, here, and yon, as it does.
Do you have a suggestion of actively making it into the inn, then?
Run!
Running. Was there a lot of stuff on the snail? I'm asking out of character. Did we put a lot of stuff on the snail?
You guys took stuff off of the snail.
Okay.
Which, remember your adventuring gear. There's still a lot more stuff on the snail. You only searched the snail once. And it was a full-ass large creature packed with items.
And we were walking around on it.
So, the snail does have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It is, I will say, it is attached to you guys now.
That is true.
So, you can take with that as you will. But, it is not fast enough to keep up with the inn. And you know that just by having room.
Harriet is going to make an executive decision here. Telemi Hill, I have a small request, if you don't mind. Can my snail stay on you for safety reasons? I really don't want Snaily to get hurt or anything, and I would really like to find its owner once we've set things right here. Like, the real owner. I mean, he's attached to me, but, you know.
You would like the snail to stay with me for a while.
Yes.
It will not eat my roots.
I will make sure it doesn't. If the trees give it
3 and 7. Watch this snail, and you see 2 awakened trees start to walk down the hill towards the snail.
Okay. Harriet will go to the snail, and do I have speak with animals? I could have swore I didn't. No, I don't. Okay. Harriet will go up to Snaily and be like, I love you. You're so cute. But you're going to have to stay here on the hill. It's just safer. Harriet will look at Valkyrie and Ambrose. Guys, take what you can off the snail because it's staying here. We're
So are
going
you guys
in.
going to do another check on the snail?
Harriet would like to do another check on the snail, just to see
That's
if
what
there's
it
anything
sounds
else.
like we're doing.
Okay.
Alright, survival.
Survival.
Ooh, much better than last time.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
So Harriet and Ambrose each get 2 more adventure items.
Ooh.
Valkyrie, you get 3 adventure items. And then each of you get, respectively, 2 other items. Give me a second.
Okay.
I don't even remember where we originally posted that adventure items.
It's in the Witchlight chats.
What happened?
Harriet, you get a white and gray elder cat mushroom.
Ooh.
It says any creature that eats more than half of this mushrooms has its appearance magically changed so that it looks like an aged version of itself for 24 hours.
So it's like a disguised self kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
Valkyrie, you get a wisp sweet candied mist, similar in consistency with the taste of cotton candy. You got cotton candy.
Essentially just cotton candy.
And then Ambrose, you get a delicious orange flower that whispers, "Eat me." And the flower's head is tart, the white stem is sweet.
Why am I having deja vu?
You know, on the spot, actually, I'm just gonna eat it right there and then.
Oh
It's like,
no!
oh, if you say so.
Just get it over with. Like, just get
I'm
it over
having
with.
massive deja vu.
Since you
I'm
asked so
pretty
kindly,
sure that we've
I
seen
will
that
eat
item
you.
before.
Nothing bad happened.
You guys have found these flowers before, I'll let you know.
We have?
Yeah, no, it was early when you guys first got here.
It's the talking ones.
Oh, well.
Uh,
I
is
think since it got
the
plucked.
3 items that we got are from the 5th edition compendium under adventuring gear. I'm assuming I'm looking at the right thing.
So, yeah, for what you got for adventuring gear, yeah, just look at adventuring gear and anything on that list you can pull. I will also allow health potions, like common health potions, to be on that list.
Oh yeah, just gonna grab 2 of those.
So, just making sure that I'm allowed to grab certain things. Is Alchemist's Fire available?
That is an uncommon magical item, and no, it is not.
Okay.
What?
I do not know if I found the right thing then. Because that was listed in adventuring gear, but I do not know the rarity of these.
So it's listed as adventuring gear? So
I
there is no
literally-
class. There is no class that gets Alchemist Fire at its base. So like,
Yeah, I
what
just
adventuring gear
literally-
means is like camping gear, kits, fucking like tents,
Here, I'll
like
I'll
any
send-
Oh, this
basic
is
weapon.
even. I
Also, scroll
literally
down where it says equipment packs.
Googled adventure items DMD, and this is actually Roll20's compendium for adventuring gear. List Alchemist Fire as one of the.
Well, I'm not gonna allow Alchemist Fire.
Yeah,
Pick something else.
absolutely.
I think if you scroll down, it says like equipment packs. I think he wants us to read through there and based off what those packs give, pick an item.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. From the like what you get as your like starting equipment, like that's what I'm looking at.
I
Like,
linked
you can
an
get, like,
updated
tents, gear, stuff like that. But like
yeah.
anything magical and stuff like that, you're not gonna get that.
Yeah, so it's like you got acid. Oh, I can see what they were looking at.
I would
some
allow you to
berries.
sacrifice 2 slots for a moon touch weapon.
Mm.
I will allow you to
Oh, I
sacrifice
found the
2
equipment
slots
packs.
for a moon touch weapon. That's as much as I'll give you.
I found the equipment packs that we're talking about. And you said it's. Okay.
Harriet took a spyglass and 1 potion, so she only got 2 items.
You said I don't need to worry about how many arrows I have, correct? I think we discussed that in a previous.
I think so.
Is antitoxin on the table?
That's fine.
I'm gonna grab 2 vials of that and another vial.
I can't find where the goddamn trinkets are.
Those.
Uh-oh.
Mother is the best at stuff.
I'm so sorry.
Alright, everybody roll another d8. Because I can't find the trinkets, so you guys get another treat.
Sweet.
Oh.
Roll another D8, you said?
Yeah. Okay, so Harriet, you get a brilliantly colored sunflower, which, when plucked, sheds light like a lantern for 8 hours. So right now you have basically a lantern.
Sweet.
It is edible. The other 2 get a minty 3-leaf clover. Over the next hour, any creature that eats the leaf plucked from that clover can communicate telepathically with another creature up to 100 feet away that has eaten a similar clover. So if you guys keep that, you will be able to each eat that and then telepathically communicate to each other within 100 feet.
Very cool.
Huh?
And these you'll have to write all these in your notes separately. I'm sorry, but there's no items for this because
That's fine.
fuck that.
I'm going to refer to it as mint clover of telepathy.
All right. So now you guys have made it to the bottom of the hill by now, after your foraging and such. What is your next move? Are you guys gonna sprint after this? In?
Yes.
Harriet,
Harriet is.
are
what?
are you sure you're okay with leaving Snaily here?
I don't want to leave near Snaily, but I mean, unless you can convince that inn to stop moving, but Snaily can't catch it.
How far does it look like from us?
It's moving.
It's it moves at. I'm just gonna tell you, it moves at 30 feet per 30 feet. So it has the same movement as you guys. Snail is 10. Now, I will also tell you that the snail is now bonded to you,
Mm.
so you can give it an instruction.
And the instruction is stay on
Um,
the hill and be safe.
You could also give it the instruction to follow you.
Mm.
I'm just saying, like, those are options. You don't have to give it that instruction, but it is intelligent enough to know how to track you guys. It is an animal.
Actually,
Harriet.
no. Yeah, we'll take Snaily with us. Actually,
I have an idea.
what's
Now
that?
you won't be able to catch up with snail.
Mm-hmm.
You and Valkyrie, you both seem faster than I do. Allow me to take Snaily and trail behind you two. Just to be sure that nothing bad happens to Snaily, and we'll come follow.
I'm okay with that.
Out of
So you guys trying to
character,
split the party?
Ambrosia has a slower movement speed?
No, that's just me roleplaying.
Oh. Then in
Valkyrie.
character, Valkyrie raises her eyebrow at this but doesn't say anything.
Valkyrie, do take care of Harriet. I promise I won't get in any trouble.
Here, Harriet's gonna hand you the spike she just got out of the snail's pack.
Oh, thank you.
In case you lose sight of us, you can use that.
I'll tuck it away, like, into my coat pocket. Alright, well, you best be going. It is moving quite fast.
All right. Also, Harriet will drop for you just in case something happens. I need to pull up a dad joke. Cause she's gonna do an inspiration.
Valkyrie's gonna walk right up into Ambrose's face. You'd best catch up as soon as you can. Do you understand me?
I understand, Valkyrie. Don't worry. My handsome face will be in your view very soon enough.
Ah, here we go. Two
The rest of
windmills
them
were-
suspect.
You'll what?
You hear Harriet suddenly say, 2 windmills were sitting on a hill. One asks the other, do you have a favorite song? The other replies, well, all my life I've been a heavy metal fan. You have-
Boo!
Harriet gives you
Boo on that one.
How dare you boo my cute bunny rabbit? How dare!
Well, the
That
other
was
one
terrible.
was a stormtrooper joke, but I couldn't do it because what reference would that do?
Yeah. Boo. Boo.
They're
All right,
meant
so
to
you guys
be.
are running now. Like,
you have Ambrose has an extra inspiration from Harriet for the next 10 minutes.
A negative 1d6 because
Yeah.
it was so bad.
you get negative. You
That's some shit.
roll inspiration at negatives. Like,
Alright, but
No,
I'm
I'm
on
just
top of
playing.
The
Snaily.
next one I was gonna pick was like, "Hi, I'm Cliff. Drop over sometime."
for the 2 that are not on Snaily, I will need an athletics check.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, fuck!
Inspiration.
I can't inspire.
That's actually
myself.
impressive. Honestly,
Hey, guys,
That's
I'm checking
wild.
something in my traits here.
that's woo.
Nope.
I set the DC so low.
Damn it, because it's not a dex,
Like-
it was an athletics. Ah.
Yeah. Well, Valkyrie, you make it down. It's a little bit sketchy. You do a little bit of slide. Harriet, you fall like super hard, and you're gonna roll a d6 for me and take that damage.
All right. Oh, 5. Okay. Ow!
Hey, that was the DC.
Yeah.
Dope. I mean, you got it at least one of the times. Unfortunately, this was to your gut.
Oh.
So now you guys are running. So what I'm gonna need you guys to do is roll me. Let's see how we're gonna do this. You're in sight of the inn. It is running away from you. So you're gonna have to do dashes 3 times, and I want you to roll me dexterity checks.
Okay.
So 3 dexterity checks.
I need 3 dexterity checks.
All right. I was gonna say, could it be acrobatics? But I'm hurt, so it's fine.
So straight dexterity. Okay.
Straight dexterity.
Alright.
Not 20.
All right, Valkyrie, you only have to do 1 more. I need. Ooh, Harriet, you slip and fall. I need 2 more
hang
from
on.
you still.
I have lucky footwork. When you fail a dex. Oh wait, no, that's a saving throw. Never mind. That's just the straight dex throw.
We can call these saves if you guys want. That's fine with me.
Yeah, because
'Cause
if it was
it's
a dex saving
Basically,
throw,
you're
I get a
sprinting
+4.
across mud. Like what I'm looking at is you're sprinting across mud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
Okay,
saves
then-
make sense as you're trying to like not fall. So save makes sense to me.
Okay, because I have a +4 to my dex saving throws versus my dex.
Yeah, so you can re-roll that with your lucky jump.
All right.
I also have a +4 if the 11 doesn't make it.
The 11 makes it. You're able
Then
to
I'm not gonna
continue.
bother.
So you were able to get to the inn. Harriet,
All right. There
with
we go.
your you are just your lucky foot saves you there. You're able to like slip, plant 1 foot, jump, but you need 1 more.
All right. Come on, Harriet. Roll better. There we go. That's better.
Your last one covered head to toe in mud, just looking like a goddamn fool. You do make it onto the inn as the inn moves around. Valkyrie, you're sitting up at the flank waiting for her. And Ambrose, you are very far behind, getting further behind.
I have my spyglass looking at seeing her, and I was like, "Huh."
You watch. You're marking some stuff in your journal right now. Like you're marking another moment in your journal down. And like right here, watch Harriet get covered head to toe in mud. She slipped and face planted super hard. Like,
I like to imagine that Ambrose, like, out loud's like, huh, those two really thought I was gonna run in the mud with them. Glad I made the right choice. As I just scribble away in my journal watching them.
100%. And so you guys do make it up onto the edge. So you're on the edge of a moving tavern. What are you going to do now?
Well, first and foremost, Valkyrie is going to look at Harriet. You alright?
No. I tripped in mud. I'm covered in it. You know, this feels worse than when I took the bath.
I'm assuming they probably have showers here. Anyways,
Hoping so. She's
I
like
do
wiping the mud
have
off
a
her face.
I do have a possible idea, but I'm not sure if it's going to work.
What?
Let's see if we can get this thing to pause.
Yeah, if you. Well, how do you convince a moving building to pause? I mean, well,
I'm
let's
wondering
go
if the
inside
barkeep-
first. And
I'm wondering if there's a barkeep.
it's an inn. There should be one.
I'm wondering if they have any way of persuasion. The inn to stop for an additional patron?
I mean,
Worth a shot.
let's go.
We head inside. And Valkyrie's making a
Alright.
beeline for the bar.
Inside, you see a scattering of tables. Not too many, maybe 5 or 6. There is people at 3 of them. Maybe 12 people in total in the whole bar, including the barkeep, which you're headed towards. And now you run up to the barkeep, and what happens after that? You do see a noticeable figure in one of the corner stalls in the bar.
Probably taking note of that, but primary focus is getting Ambrose on here. Excuse me. This is to the bar.
Oh, a new person. Welcome. As you go and greet an elderly woman, she says, "Oh, my name is Sue Haberax. What can I help you with today?"
Yes, so, we actually have, a friend of ours that, was struggling to, keep up with the inn, but definitely wanted to, be a fellow patronage. Is it possible to slow the inn down at all so that they're able to make it on?
Oh, slowing the inn. Haven't had that request in quite a while. That would be quite the favor, if you understand what I mean.
I do indeed understand your meaning. Is there any way that I can gain favor with the inn?
Well, the world seems to have gone to shit since Zabina has disappeared. You seem to be hardy adventurers. You free Zablina, I will stop the inn. Or promise me that you will.
We are indeed, me and my companions are indeed looking into, the disappearance of Sabrina. So I am happy to make that promise of looking farther into her disappearance and potentially reuniting her with the Feywild.
She reaches out a hand towards you.
Hesitates for a moment, looks over shoulder at Harriet.
Harriet is currently taking one of her costume dresses that she had used to wipe herself down earlier and is trying to, like, get as much mud off her face as possible so she doesn't track it in.
Because out of character.
You want an inspiration? Is that what you're about to ask me for?
No. Because they just reached out their hand and I'm basically...
You're about to
Valkyrie
make your
knows
first
about-
Feywild deal. That's what he's worried about.
Well, Harriet didn't overhear it. She was too busy trying to get her costume dress out that she's been using as a towel. So, like, Valkyrie said they were gonna go take care of it, so Harriet was just like, okay, yeah, you do that. I'm gonna try not to track mud into this nice place, so I'm gonna try to clean up.
Now, I will say, Connor, you are interested by the new patrons that have just graced the establishment. And you see something that you haven't seen in a long while, which is a deal being struck with the barkeep. And you know that they don't take deals.
Yeah, that's kind of what was running through my head. Alright. The figure from the corner is going to approach the two of them and sort of, like, not necessarily swat at Corvus's hand, but kind of like shoo it away. I would.
Zachary.
Sorry, Decker.
Zachary's the character name, but
Zachary.
yeah.
Sorry. You're-
Zachary's not going to take this personally at all because they already were insanely hesitant.
Zachary. Alright.
I haven't introduced myself. You wouldn't know that.
Because
my
you
name.
don't know
Sorry.
these people at all yet.
I know. I'm
Remember
trying to
that.
just remember the name for myself for
Yep.
later. Hmm. Friend, I wouldn't suggest doing that. This is the Feywild, after all. Deals are not something to be made lightly.
I'm aware of that.
Also,
Thank you.
do you know of the rules of the like? I should state that the rule of reciprocity is when you get something from somebody, you are required to return that in kind. The rule of
Mhm.
hospitality is when you're in someone's home, you should treat it with the utmost of respect, and in so doing, you follow the rule of reciprocity or the rule of hospitality. And then the last rule is 1 second. I got a bunch of stuff going on. That's not it.
Rule of hospitality, rule of ownership, rule of
Ownership. That's the one.
If you look under
the ownership.
yeah, if you look at document outline in the notes, session 5 actually has them highlighted.
I just wanted to state this for the stream.
Yeah.
So the rule of ownership is that you cannot take anything that somebody else owns, or there will be up and comings. So no stealing. If you're in somebody else's house, be nice, and if somebody does something nice to you, you have to return that instance back equally. You would know this as your character background, as a far traveler, specifying in like the Feywild, you would definitely know this. So I just wanted you to know that before we start going on.
All right.
Also, now describe your character, and then we'll go into your scene.
My character is the man. He's rather average in height, about the same height as a human, with hair that sort of glows at the base and rises up like a flame above him. He also has. It's a little harder to see in, well, the light of the tavern, but you can see almost cracks running up his hands, going up into his sleeves that almost look like lava in some ways. You can almost see a faint glow. And adorning him are flowing robes and light armor of blue and white, almost like you're looking at a block of ice adorning him. It's in deep contrast to the rest of him, his fair skin and his fiery hair and, well, cracklings.
Interesting.
Sounds good. So as you come up and like push his hand down, the bartender goes, "Ah, you don't believe I'll hold up to my end of the deal, young dearie?"
Not that you will not hang on to your end of the deal, but that is quite the large undertaking. You're asking an ant to push a boulder up a hill, after all.
Do you hear that? He's calling you an ant, young son.
I want to triple check something real quick. I do not. I thought I had something. I don't have that. Valkyrie's gonna
Do you
takes
see something
a-
I do not see? Are these little insects that I'm dealing with?
Perhaps not insects, but something tells me they do not have, well, everything about them yet.
Oh, they certainly seem lost. That's for sure. But Spirit, I see a lot of them. Why don't you let him say what he's here for?
I'll turn and look at you directly.
You know, for all your talk of wanting your leader back and restoring balance, seems that you're ignoring the role of hospitality yourself.
Why, I run a business.
A business that you aren't willing to wait for another patron with good coin to come aboard. Seems like a shitty business practice, if you ask me.
Well, me stopping my entire business for one patron seems to be a shitty business practice to me.
You should have asked if. Should have asked if the inn can stop. Or is able to.
I did ask if the engine stopped.
You asked if they could stop it.
They said that they could. He did ask if they could stop it.
Okay.
He said that they could, but it would be a huge favor. Because if you think about it, it's a business that is on a route.
That's true.
So, like, stopping it means interrupting its entire schedule. And so, like, for me, as coming from a business aspect, like, that's not a cheap ask.
That's fair. Harriet's not quite in the building yet. She's still getting the mud off her feet.
Valkyrie's
And this is the only inn. I will say that she will also say is like, well, we are also the only inn and tavern in all of Thither. So you can admonish my business practices as much as you wish, but my prices are my prices. So, what do you say? Do you wish me to stop or go?
You split the party.
Just chilling on Snaily, just lying down, looking at the sky.
Oh yeah, roll a d8 for me.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I gotta go to the small board tab. D8, D8. The devil's number.
Valkyrie's going to look to Cliff and just mouth the word "help me."
Ambrose, you see again in the distance, coming back from the direction that you saw them before, a group of walkers. They're on stilts. They're heavily cloaked, faces masked, with like cages on their backs full of random assortment such as eggs and such like that. Like you can't really tell what they are from where you're at, but you see them walking not perpendicular to the caravan, not perpendicular to the tavern, but in that direction. Now you'd say like maybe like a 30-degree angle. You know what I'm saying?
Check out.
But they do come into your view off of your back right side.
Just take out the spyglass again. Look in their direction because I want to know what's exactly in the cage.
You'd see eggs and a couple of like live animals of some sort in some of theirs. Looks like not chickens, not a chicken's egg, but some sort of egg. Um, as well as other random like live creatures like living inside these cages.
I wonder if Grandpa put anything in the text about this. I'm gonna scroll through the tome real quick and see if there's anything about it.
All right, history check.
Man, I really just not good with studies here. Can't decipher anything.
Nope. You have never heard about these creatures.
Well, since I have no idea what they are, and this tomb isn't exactly helping at the moment, close it shut. Maybe I should just steer clear of them. Snaily, just a little to the left. And then just still continue on my way to the traveling inn.
They obviously see you, but when they see you veer off, there's no change in their course. They're still heading straight ahead. And back to the inn. Unless you had something else you want to add.
No. I don't want to put Snaily at risk. I'm good.
I mean, you could try to get Snaily to dash, which would be at 20 feet. So you'd be losing like
So
10
sad.
feet every movement, but he'd be like, "Hiya, Snaily, come on!" How does Harriet do this? It is her pet.
All right, back to the inn.
I'm gonna turn and look at the barkeep. Well, if it's business that we're talking, then how about this? You and I strike a deal of a different site. A business deal. For
Deals are always welcome here.
For every patron that comes in for the next day, I will pay double for what they pay. If we can agree on this, we'll have the tavern stop and pick up this traveler of theirs. Does that sound like a deal to you?
Patrons here are few and far between. And that may be because we are moving, but also not a solid deal. I apologize. But the deal I stated stands. Because after the bad witch is gone, my business will shoot up infinitely. Now, quadruple, I may consider it.
Quadruple, you say? If we're going for quadruple, then let us say that I have a debt I owe to you then, which I will seek to pay off by any means. You will get your gold, as, of course, every deal made in the Fey realm is meant to be fulfilled.
Well, with a guaranteed offer of quadruple, I will allow that. And then you would see the inn lurch to a halt. So now every patron that comes into the establishment, and by rote, the other two have not actually made it into the building yet. They're still cleaning off mud, correct?
Harriet is... She's outside the door.
Roll me a d8, Connor.
Rolling a d8. I'm gonna dump out all my dice on my desk. Oh wait, that's right. I have D&D Beyond. I can just do it from there.
I'm also fine with you doing physical dice if you prefer physical dice. I don't mind.
I got a 1.
Oof.
Well,
mean,
that happens
great
to work
start.
out really well for you. So there's one other than um, Harriet and actually no, it's just Harriet, and then it will be eventually
Ambrose.
Ambrose that makes it onto there. So, and it is for a night stay in the inn. It's 4 silver. So quadruple that is 16 for each of them. So you would be 16 silver for 2 people. So that is 32,
That's 3
34?
gold, 2
34?
silver.
Yeah, 3 gold, 2
Cool.
silver. And that is
13.
the price that she offers.
All right then. Seeing as I can pay this first one off, here is the first of my debt paid off. And I'm going to slide the exact amount right over to her.
She takes it and she looks. She kind of goes to that little like psst, kind of like thing. Like she's just like, man, if it was a hot season, I could have made so much money. You know what I'm just saying? Like she's just like, I missed it. But she takes it
Zachary
and
is
then
actively walking away
uh,
from the bar.
at this point in time, the snail does make it to the the okay, I guess yeah, we'll go with what Valkyrie and Haley are doing because that makes more sense because it's going to be a little while before Ambrose makes it to the inn. So,
Dottie, I need you to read your DM.
Uh-oh.
okay.
Because that could be potentially insanely important right this second.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
Various things. Not detrimental to the current campaign, I will tell you that.
I will say this, Vakrie's mood dropped.
All right, I will keep that noted.
Alright. Harriet will eventually come inside to the inn, shaking off. Obviously, had attempted to remove as much mud as physically possible to not track in mud into an inn. Sorry for the mess, if there is any.
You would notice that this inn has like towels hung up all around the door. At varying stages of dirtiness. It's as though that they expect people to show up covered in mud. It's weird how that works.
Harriet just kind of sighs upon seeing that and looks at the dress. She just gets completely caked in mud at this point. I'm going to have to find a water well or something to clean this thing. She just stuffs it back in her backpack and just grabs like the cleanest towel she can find and finishes like cleaning herself off a little bit and then puts it on the rack. Hi there!
Zachary's gonna pull Harriet aside. Look, I don't know what information we'll need, but I want out of here as soon as possible.
Valkyrie, what's wrong? Like, seriously, what's wrong?
This point,
You've been a grump all day.
Inn is stopped.
I do not trust that barkeep at all.
We're in the Feywild. Yeah? Okay. Well, it's a barkeep.
I nearly had to make a deal just for him to stop the inn so Ambrose could be let on.
As Harriet does travel from inn to inn every now and then because she is a bard, because that's how she was making her living, would she understand why the barkeep would want to make a deal?
I'd say as a bard, with you spending your time mostly in like merchant section, things like that, you would understand how trade line works.
Okay.
At least at the base. Like, give me a insight check.
All right. Not her greatest, but let's see. Really? Dice, you would have been an 18.
Oh.
Yeah. So, no. You don't really understand why they wouldn't stop the bar either. But there is a helpful individual at the bar talking with the barkeep right now that might have an answer.
Yeah.
That,
Harriet just
that being,
pats Thackeray on the shoulder.
that being said,
We're in an inn. We're here to get information. Take a deep breath and go get yourself some ale. And she will walk up to the barkeep. Hello.
Oh, hello there, young one. Welcome. Welcome to the inn at the end of the road.
That the name of this place?
Yes. It's the road always continues, yes. And then, obviously, since we never stop moving, we're at the end of it.
Well, you did just stop, though. So I wanted to say thank you for that. Or actually, who do I exactly thank?
Well,
that.
I guess
You
it
or-
would be Chin-Chun, but
Oh.
I am the one that told him to stop.
Chin-Chong.
Though he won't understand you. So I will take your thanks.
Oh. Yes. So, how many patrons are in here besides, obviously, Cliff and myself and, Thackeray? Is it just us three right now?
No, there's 3 or 4 other patrons in the bar.
Okay. Harriet's like, chance to make some money. But not right this second. Off the top of her head. Much appreciated for my friend to catch up, and my pet, Snail. It's kind of a quest I'm on. So, you were trying to make a deal with my friend, so to speak? What kind of deal was it?
The deal has been struck. Another patron, and she'll gesture off towards Connor, found a suitable deal for me, and we will wait until there appears to be a person trailing us to reach us.
Ah, that would be my friend Ambrose with my pet Snail.
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 Unfortunate.
It's a giant snail. It's not very fast. We ran into some brigands and they abandoned it, and I'm trying to find possibly its real owner. You by any chance wouldn't know anybody like that, would you?
Brigands. I know of them. The Long Scarf crew.
Yeah, that's...
They normally steal and then steal everything else from the individuals, so most of the time their possessions go unused.
Got it. Harriet will look over at Cliff. And thank you so much for the deal. My name's Harriet Longfoot.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful.
Anything to, well, ease the deal, to say the least. Well met, Harriet Longfoot. Cliff Spark, at your service. Just a short bow, and kind of holds his hand out, down towards Harriet.
Harriet gladly takes his hand and shakes it as she does a little curtsy.
Now, let us hope your friend and your pet snail are able to join us shortly.
Well, my friend and I sprinted to get here, so it might be a bit. It only moves so fast. And
Here's hoping.
yes, and then of course you have the gas and the giggling and that stuff. So hopefully he doesn't get too distracted.
Gas? Giggling?
You've never heard of the giggle gas?
No, I cannot say I
You-
have.
You would know of like the different random things that happen to people in the Feywild. You would have heard rumors of the giggle gas. I won't say that your characters ever experienced it for themselves, but you're adept at traveling this area, so like you've never really had to worry about stuff like that.
Perhaps I've just been too cautious in my travels to have ever run across this giggle gas, as you say.
It
But-
may. Well, I ran into it just the other day. I ended up speaking complete nonsense. My friends couldn't understand a word out of my mouth for a couple of hours. It was embarrassing. They laughed their asses off, or at least one of them did.
How does one laugh their ass off? Seems quite painful.
Not literally, it's a metaphor.
Ah.
You are interesting. I like you. You just see Harriet kind of perk up a little. Anyways, do you mind me asking what exactly the deal you struck in order to get the inn to stop? If you don't mind me asking.
Nothing of major consequence, only monetary. You see, just kind of, he looks a bit dejected at having to remind himself that he's probably going to be broke in the next day.
Harriet kind of understands that.
Pay it no matter. Anyways, it's done.
I appreciate your help. Thackeray, get in here and stop moping in the doorway.
I'm waiting for Ambrose.
How far out is Ambrose still?
On the snail again.
Yeah.
The snail again.
That's about where Ambrose is. He's getting there. You guys still got a little bit before he shows up.
Alright.
Cause he's on the snail again. By the way, fan-fucking-tastic. Love it.
That was actually pretty great.
Well, since you have monetary gesture to help us, let me buy you a drink in return, Cliff.
Oh.
If you don't mind.
No, of course not. It would actually be much appreciated.
Harriet will look at the barkeep. What you got? My friends and I, we've been traveling, and we're hungry and we're thirsty. And I got coin. She kind of
Well.
just gives a big old smile.
Wonderful. We have wine and meat. We have fish and meat. We have many different things that we could offer. All, of course, locally sourced and wonderfully made. What can I get for you?
How much is your wine?
The wine will be 3 silvers apiece.
Harriet would probably understand that's probably the most expensive thing drink-wise. So, Cliff? Yeah.
She would state starting at 3 silvers apiece.
Oh, okay. Cliff? Order whatever you'd like.
Well, I think I'll have myself something light. I think a wine will do nicely, in fact.
Make it 3 wines.
All right. Do you wish to have our local blend, or do you wish to have an import?
I think a local blend would be nice, given the circumstances.
Have yourself
Yeah,
a
so,
nice taste of the land.
It'd be 3. So, are you buying one for Valkyrie when he shows up? Or not Valkyrie, for Ambrosia when he shows up?
Oh, Harriet's buying one for Cliff, herself, and she's gonna give the other one to Valkyrie, and then eventually she'll give one to Ambrose when he gets here.
Alright, so that's just 9 silver off.
Okay. She's got that. And she will throw in another 5 silver on top of that as a tip. To the barkeep.
The innkeeper looks confused. And what is this for?
It's a tip. It's a thank you for your services.
Ah,
No one's ever tipped you before?
so, well, in the Feywild, when you give something, you gain something.
Well, you're
For me, you gave me gold and you gained wine. And so
Mhm.
what do you gain by giving me the silver?
How about we call it a future drink investment?
Ah, you wish to start a tab.
Yes.
That's fine. And so she pulls the 5 silver over and puts it away.
In case you want seconds, she says to Cliff.
Perhaps
That-
that will cover your friend's tab. You're a krantz drink.
Well, I got 3 drinks for a reason. Valkyrie, come here! I got you wine!
Reluctantly walks over, but basically looking over their shoulder the entire time.
You'll hear Harry go, cheer up, would you please? You know things are affected by one's mood.
About this time, the snail would have reached the bar. And painstakingly slow, climbs up onto the outer edge, but it's just too big to get into the actual bar. It is big. It can sit on the outer deck that's around the bar, but it's just too big to get into the actual bar. But you do show up.
Valkyrie's about to be taking the wine, notices Ambrose is there, runs over and throws her arms around him.
Oh, Valkyrie, well, hello to you too. It's only been, what, 10, 30? I don't know, I don't know how to count well. What? Okay.
3 hours.
I'll give, Valkyrie a good squeeze, well, I guess I better savor this while it lasts. As I'm still holding Valkyrie. Harriet, you in there?
Yeah, right here.
What happened to Valkyrie? They're quite touchy.
Gives him a punch on the shoulder. Don't you ever fucking take that long again, you hear me?
It's not my fault. It's our
I
pet
may-
snail.
I may have gave them some wine.
Oh. Valkyrie, I didn't take you for a lightweight. Look at you.
Valkyrie has not touched a drop
I still think you're drunk.
yet.
Harriet will turn to Cliff. So where are you from? Just straight up, doesn't say anything else, waves to Ambrose, says, I gave Valkyrie wine, and then looks at Cliff and goes, so where are you from?
Okay. Do you want me to roll a history check for this?
want
No.
me to make something up?
I was gonna say, like, your character is in an interesting spot.
Right.
What's your race?
Genasi. Fire Genasi.
Yeah, no, so you're from the elemental planes. And you can just make up whatever you want about those, because, like, I don't care. Or, like, we're not
Harriet
gonna...
will not insight check you about
We're not
it, so
gonna
you can
research.
lie.
We're not gonna research the elemental plane. So like, you're from the fire elemental plane. So like, make up a cool fireplace that you're from.
Um. hmm. Well, I believe it's been quite some time since I visited home, but I'm from a small town called Hearthskeep. It's quite
Oh.
warm.
Would obviously Harriet would probably have no idea what Hearthskeep is. Is it pretty?
No.
Yes, it is. It's quite pretty. It's very brightly colored and warm.
So
I
not muddy
don't-
like this place.
No, not at all. You could actually probably mostly walk around barefoot and not have much issue. Well, I don't know about you, but I personally wouldn't have much issue. Where are you from, might I ask?
Oh, around, everywhere, nowhere. I have a problem of getting easily lost.
Ah, in that we share something.
Oh,
I do find myself traveling place to place quite often. So,
I love traveling. It's just one of my things. Well,
traveling
Kind
is
of.
quite nice.
well, it was kind of against my will. So what? I'm sorry, I'm being nosy as hell. But oh shit, my brain is blanking. No, that's me actually blanking. That's not Harriet blanking.
No brain, no brain.
Yeah. Migraines, y'all. Harriet will simply just engage in casual conversations about places she's seen and been to, as she can probably tell that Cliff is also a traveler like her.
Cliff does much the same. Exchanges simple topics about the places he's seen, places he's been, keeping to simple details and such.
Would Harriet in this conversation be able to judge if Cliff is trustworthy enough to open up and ask questions regarding the hag or Avlarna's disappearance?
You can do an insight check, and
Alright.
Cliff, if you want to like deceive her, you can roll a deception check if you want. If you're not trying to deceive her, I will give you a history check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for history then. I don't feel like he has much reason. He's been very nice. Yeesh. An 11.
You've heard the rumors. That's kind of what you're going on right now. It's just the rumors that you've heard. You don't know any exactitudes. the fact that she said the hag Bavlorna to you is something that you've spent a long time figuring out even her name. So, for her saying the name of the hag is big for you.
Well, that's certainly a piece of information I have yet to stumble across. The Hag Bevlorna.
Are you looking for her too?
Something to that effect, yes. He's gonna pull out a little notebook and quill and from his pack and just kind of scribble something down in it, and then stuff it back into his pack.
I'd say what you know as a character is that it's suspected that hags have sealed away Zibilna. And that's where you're at with your character. Now you've learned that one of those hags is Babylon.
Oh. This intrigues Harriet. So you're looking for her too, like we are. Did she take something from you or you make a bad deal?
No.
Actually, let me rephrase. Do you have a contract with her? And you see Harry look a little cautious when she mentions the word contract.
Cliff gives Harriet a sort of quizzical look on his face, as if he thinks that that's not quite a smart question, a dumb question. Why would I go about doing something like that?
No, it's just curiosity because apparently she has a contract. Well, not really a contract. I don't know. Ambrose, get over here!
Oh, come in. And I bring myself and Zachary over. So, I was surprised that the inn stopped. What exactly happened?
You could thank this
The inn has begun to move again.
My
Oh, dear.
snail is at least able to ride on the inn's porch, right? Or is it having to follow?
Yeah, it's on the porch. It's
Okay.
good. It's on the porch.
Cool. Had to double check because last time we just made the snail travel along with it, and then when it stopped, it caught up. Harriet will turn and introduce Ambrose and Zachary to Cliff and point out that Cliff is the reason Ambrose was able to catch up.
Cliff, nice to meet you. I appreciate the great help, but I'm sure we would have caught up eventually, right?
I doubt it. This
No.
thing was moving
Yes,
pretty
doubtful.
fast. As Harriet lifts her foot and shows that she tripped, I got a boo-boo.
And I have quite the story written down about your boo-boo. I must say, you're
You did not
really
do that.
majestic.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'll share the story tonight.
oh, don't you? You say
A
nothing.
new X on the map. It's a new X on the map.
You just see Harry cased into blush red embarrassment. I'm not.
Rip that page out right now.
Oh, come, Zachary. These are memories. Who knows if
You
we'll
rip
ever
that
lose
page
them.
out right now.
Give me a
Zachary?
reason why I should.
You can tell Vakrie's mood has gone up again because they have joking in their voice of give me the book,
I don't know, Zachary. You're
Give
gonna
me
have
the
to get
book.
it out of my hand.
give me the book. Is
Harry
hold
just
on,
leans
I'll
and
wait
goes,
from you.
"They're always like this."
that a challenge?
The three of
It's
you
not
seem
a
quite
challenge.
close.
Oh, sorry,
Can I
Cliff.
roll a sleight
Oh.
of hand to see if I can actually take the book from him?
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so it would be sleight of hand versus perception.
Sleight of hand. Okay. Perception, you said?
Yeah, perception for you, Ambrose. Zachary gets sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was actually bad.
Alright, let's hope.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, you don't get the book.
I just see you come in. I just like, I don't know, pull it away from your grasp. Like, Zachary, hold on. You must say the word please. We've talked about this, and I'll boop you on the nose.
I've got another
That's
magic
fucking
word.
perfect.
I've got another set of magic words. Flips them
Go
off.
on. Those aren't words. Those are gestures. But I'll take it either way. Thank you. I'll put the book back to my bag. So, Cliff. Oh.
Yes.
Huh. I don't think I've seen your kind around here before.
No, my kind are not common to this place, shall we say.
Oh. Harry, did you already ask how Cliff got here? That's rude of me. Actually, Cliff, how did you get here then?
Almighty DM.
Almighty DM,
Okay.
tell me
Oh,
how I
girl.
travel.
I mean, shit.
Valkyrie's taking a sip of the drink.
Yeah,
Like,
Harriet
pause
would
it?
have handed you her wine at this point. Oh wait, no, you have your own wine. Never mind.
I have my own one.
Alright.
Valkyrie pauses as for taking a sip of the drink. The mighty DM. I think I've heard tell of them. They're all powerful, right?
Something to that effect, yes.
So, as a far traveler, I'll give you a couple options.
Okay.
You could be lost, and you happen to wander in, but I think we've already established that you're like a professional for the Feywild, so you consciously just decided to go to the Feywild, and I would say that you're now trapped in the Tither, and you can't figure out how to go to hither. Or wait, are we in the hither?
Well, that's a good question.
We're in the hither, so you consciously went to the hither, but you now can't figure out how to get to the tither, which is weird for you because normally, you'd be able to go the hither, tither, and yon, and not a problem. So for you, it's strange that you can't actually like move on to the next area, and that's kind of what you're investigating right now. It's like, why can't I move on?
Oh.
And you linked it back to a hag of some sort. And so now, like, the fact that you've heard that they're looking for hags, that sparks your interest.
You see, I'm quite knowledgeable about the Feywild, but yet I find myself stuck here after finding my way in. I believe that we are mostly here for the same reasons, and, well, if my information should be correct, this hag should have some knowledge on to why I'm unable to cross to thither.
You're able to cross willingly.
I will remind you guys that you have just recently learned of a guide to the thither.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
we actually may know a way to the Tither, if that's where you're going.
Really now.
Mm-hmm.
How do you propose that you will make it across?
Well, we have a very trusted source that told us. But first, we have to deal with the hag before we can even approach that. But if we're going the same way, why not a team up? We'll have to go there eventually.
I suppose I don't see any reason as to why we couldn't, but I think that you should consult your companions here before you make that decision for them.
And as Harriet looks over and sees Zachary and Ambrose about the, like, messing with the book. I think we're good. Zachary,
Yeah, they're
Ambrose.
just fucking with each other over there.
Yeah, I'm assuming I would, like, as they're talking, after my question got asked, I'm
It's like-
assuming Zachary started, like, messing with me again, and I'm messing back.
Zachary
Well,
like, no!
No.
Face red.
Wait, no to what we were doing, or no to letting Cliff join?
I'm sorry, I completely missed the question. Yes, Cliff can absolutely join.
Yeah, Cliff is headed towards the tether, and well, after we deal with Bavlorna, we can make our way there together. I mean, after all, Zachary, you and I still need to take care of our hag after Ambrose's hag is dealt with.
Each of you
Yes,
have your own
yes.
hat.
It's.
Yes,
Have you ever heard
action.
of the. Cliff, have you ever heard of a place called the Witchlight Carnival?
Yes, I do believe it has come across.
You would have heard. Yeah, you would have heard of it.
What about it?
Well, and Harriet kind of explains their plight of how when Zachary, Ambrose, and herself were kids, had snuck into the carnival together as childhood friends and ended up losing something. She points out Zachary became a member of the Witchlight Carnival, how Ambrose and her both lost something. Ambrose losing his grandfather, she losing her ability of sense of direction.
Hmm.
And,
see.
I would say Ambrose lost more than his grandfather.
well, that's all that Harriet knows.
Oh, no, there's no way I could keep this a secret. I think session 2, I believe I said what I lost.
Yeah,
I
you
will have
can't
to
keep
scroll back to-
secrets.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I can't keep secrets.
Yeah, he can't
So-
keep secrets. You guys all very much know he cannot fucking keep secrets.
So
Like,
if
he
someone
almost
eggs me
got
on
you
or
all
asks-
killed. Like,
Oh, that's right. Let's see here.
Zachary's gonna take out a piece of paper, write down on it. Can you read
Listen.
this? Answer: no, you cannot.
Quite lovely art, Zachary. Look at you. You're getting better at drawing flowers.
I don't think that's what they were after.
Exactly.
We're cursed.
That's...
You want me to read out exactly what this says, Ambrose?
Oh, sure, why not?
Do it.
I love hearing your voice.
It says, Ambrose, you are an idiot.
Can
What's up?
Harriet? Are you trying to deceive us? Because Harriet will insight check that.
To see if they're lying if it's something else.
Yeah. Well, she can't read it.
Well, no, that's quite rude, don't you think?
It's quite rude
yes,
that we
that
think.
would be insight versus deception if you guys are trying to do a versus roll.
Here it's insight checking Zachary to see if that's really what they wrote.
Why did it not appear?
There it is. Oh!
Oh.
She believes them.
Yeah, so it is what you said.
Okay. Yeah, no one can read Zachary's writing. Ambrose is a failed wizard.
Oh, wait. So hold on. Yeah. So Valkyrie wrote that. Never
Yeah.
mind. There is no check needed. It's unlegible. Like,
That's
it's completely
illegible.
illegible.
It's a
There's
matter of-
no way. Like,
like that's what Harry was trying to discern. Is if like
It's a matter of, did I actually write down Ambrose is an idiot, or did I write down something completely different?
something
didn't.
else.
you wrote ridiculous shit in multiple different languages, and it
Oh,
was
no.
3 words. It's surprising that you got 7 languages into 3 words, but you did.
I
And
believe
Harriet knows
that-
common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
I believe
And
that
none of
there's
them
a
were the
don't even know
language
the
you
seven
speak.
languages. I just wrote down random gibberish. Pretty much.
Oh, is it a hint of primordial I see in that writing? Oh, how educated.
Yes, I'm
Interesting.
insulting you
This
in.
is so fucking perfect.
Oh my
Was that Ambrose that just talked?
Oh, that was Cliff.
He's just
Yeah,
peering
Cliff is
down
getting kind of to the nitty gritty of like, oh, shit. These guys got some problems.
inquisitively.
Oh, howdy. We should also point out, pulls out some of their rope. Tries in vain to try a knot.
Harriet then motions with her hand for Thackeray to hand her the rope so she can show the same thing.
Yep.
As you can see, Cliff, my companions do not know how to tie a knot. They're not cursed. Trust me. No. They're cursed, actually. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say, immediately can't tell a lie. Like,
Says the one who can't keep a fucking secret.
he's just like, they're not cursed. I'm sorry, I lied. They're cursed.
We're
Well,
fucked.
Let's
So-
hope you never find your way onto a boat.
Hopefully
I
there
believe
is
they
no
could swim.
boats. But this is why we're looking for Bavlorna, is because we're trying to help Ambrose, and then Thackeray and I have to get to the Tither. I think I'm speaking off the top of my head. I'm not gonna go searching through my notes to find it yet. Of the
You
name
would be
of
correct.
the hag.
You would be
Okay.
correct.
The hag that Thackeray and I are after is in Tither. Okay. So since
Oh, I
you're
completely spaced on something during the backstory. So I'm just gonna say it now. I gotta look at Cliff and be like, so, you want to join our team, huh?
well, I offered for him to join us since we're all going to the same place.
Well, we should tell him the team name.
Team name.
Yeah, our group is called No Idea.
You don't know what your team name is, yet you.
No, that's the name you see. No idea.
Exactly. No idea.
But if you have no idea what your team name is, then
No, that is the name of the team.
you can see him like trying to physically logic the name in his head. Like he's just kind of trying to figure it out.
Okay. Harriet will point out, I have no sense of direction. Thackeray is unable to write. And Ambrose can't keep a secret to save his life. Team,
also don't
no
know,
idea.
How to
I
function
also
properly.
just got out of the Witchlight Carnival and have no idea what I want to do with my life.
You just kind of see his.
And the one has
Him
no
fuck
idea
up.
where their grandfather is. Like, no idea fits so well.
I see. I think I understand now.
I mean, it makes sense to me. These two, I don't think so much. She just jokes.
I will say that you guys are you guys like around a bar table?
We would probably
Yeah.
move to a bar table at this point. We wouldn't be staying at the bar.
Yeah.
As
I was gonna say,
far
like, or
away
you're at
from
the
the
bar.
bar.
Oh yeah, no. As soon
Okay.
as I started striking
In
up
the bar,
conversation with Cliff,
there
I would
is-
say table, and then when I called Ambrose and Thackeray over, that way Thackeray can stop brooding over the fact they're pissed at the bartender.
There happens to be an open table right next to the door, which is where the snail is at.
All right.
I assume you guys take that table.
Yes.
And then
Here-
there is 4 or 5 other patrons. Oh, sorry about that. There's 4 or 5 other patrons as well as the bartender inside the bar. So carry on.
So, Valkyrie.
Hmm?
You're mentioning to me as I was dismounting Snarely that you almost struck a deal. And you look quite mad,
Face
irritated.
drops. Like, they had been happy. You brought it up again.
Hold on,
Is-
I'm gonna
Look,
run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Cliff, don't get lost, alright?
Oh,
I
don't
will
worry,
say,
I won't.
Cliff, you are realizing now, like after their story is like coming about, that like
Mhm.
you taking that deal was a bad deal. Like you're just like, fuck, I should have just went with the other one because it's what they're doing anyways.
Oh dear. My poor Wallace. Goodness me. Ugh.
was that Mester that said they had to go to the roof?
No, that was me.
Oh. So lowers their voice. I was trying to do anything possible to get the inn to slow down. I mean, the deal was basically close to what we're doing anyway, so figuring out what the heck happened to Velbina. So I was.
The deal was specifically kill the hag.
Was it? I thought it was find Velbina.
It was specifically kill Valvorn was the deal.
Oh. Cause I thought we wrote it down as help free Velbina. That's the deal.
Yeah, I guess technically it was to stop Valvorn was the deal.
Okay.
So yeah, kill. I guess that wasn't the correct word, but the deal was to stop Valvorn and remove her curse.
Okay. Make sure that we edit that, Kirsty.
Oh, did I? I don't think I wrote down the details of that deal.
I think we both understood it as
Yeah,
we're helping
Vakari made a
free
request to the
Velbina.
barkeeper, and the barkeeper offered the Feywild deal to Vakari that they go looking to help free Zablina. As the barkeep offers the deal and holds up their
Oh,
hand,
you're
Vakari
right.
approaches
You're
the
right. It
stranger
was
intervenes.
free Zablina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So free Zabilna was the deal. You're right.
Okay.
That I misread that again. I'm drunk and stoned. It is what
You're
it is.
fine.
Uh,
I'm putting little like cliff notes
Yeah, I'm like,
now so people
did
can
I
see
miss
what's
something?
important.
Clip notes.
No, you guys were 100% right. It was to free Zabilna, is what you guys were looking
So, I mean, I was so close to shaking their hand, because, I mean, isn't that what we're trying to do anyway? You can see Valkyrie slightly shaking. I just wanted to make sure that you made it.
I see. I'll put like my hand on your back and just like, I don't know, like pat you and rub you, try to reassure you. Like, I appreciate the thought, Vakari, and I understand that you're quite hesitant on taking a deal. But either way, it worked out. And yes, we are here to stop Bavlorna and figure out what's going on with Zilbina? The
Zelbina.
Z word.
for. Zilbina, yeah, Zilbina.
I admit I misspelled it in the notes. My bad. It's like Zelbena, or Zelbina, or Zelbana. Like I write. It's because
Just
I have
say
the
the
types
arch
of...
Fae.
The
Free the
Archfey.
Archfey is what you're going for.
Free the leader.
All that matters is I am here now, and we're all together. Plus Cliff.
Now plus Cliff.
Yes, hello. Yes.
nodding. I mean,
Harriet will
we're here
quietly
to
inquire
gather
to...
information.
I'll just type this one instead.
The other patrons of the bar include, looks like a grizzled bugbear, a young fairy, a couple of Harangon, and what looks to be a human male.
Cliff, I never bothered to ask.
Yes.
Are you alone here?
Yes, I do happen to be alone presently.
I'm
Why
gonna
do you
look.
ask?
Let's like scan the tavern. Like, I'm just surprised. I just thought the Feywild might be a little too different and dangerous to traverse alone. None of these people. Do you know any of them? And I'll like, gesture towards the other alcoholics in here.
I wouldn't know any of them.
You would have gotten like a little bit about like an adventurer, a researcher. One is a doctor, the other is a scholar. And you don't know who is who, but that's what you've heard is in the bar.
No, it's really just your common folk who come to visit into places such as the Feywild. Doctors, adventurers, and the like. Nothing you won't find anywhere else, unfortunately.
Do you know anyone here would have knowledge of people that have gone missing into the Feywild?
You would know the
Like-
Tavern Keep is very knowledgeable.
I'm
Not
thinking
fucking
that.
talking to that asshole again.
Where's that voice coming from? I think you'll find that the Tavern Keep is going to be your best source of information, though I don't see you talking to them at any point in the near future.
Looks at Ambrose, you're on your own now.
Appears so. No, I don't mind. A good conversation with new company. No, slight at you, Cliff. Would be good. Or to any of you, I'm sorry. And I'll walk up and go towards the tavern keep.
Alright. You approach the Tavern Keep and she's cleaning out a cup. Says, "Oh, welcome, young traveler. How may I help you?"
Hello, good day to you. First off, thank you for stopping the inn. We are quite slow, me and my snail. You happen to have a lot of travelers come through here, correct?
Well, of course. It's one of the only places for travelers to come. Well, if they can find it, that is.
Do you have some kind of logbook or a ledger that shows who stopped by?
Of course. One moment. What year are you looking for?
Year is very hard to say. However, did you meet anyone by the name of Wilhelm Ah?
Ah, yes. I remember that. What a kindly young old gentleman. He was here 15 years past, I believe.
10 years. I was a child, okay. Makes sense. And just to be sure, bring out my tome again, showed like the picture. This, roughly his sketch, similar to your memory.
You would see her like pause for a second and actually kind of kind of stroke a finger across the picture, and then after a second she'll be like, "Yes, that is him." What a
Did
great
he say what he was doing here or where he was going?
He said he was here for knowledge. I believe he decided to explore and chart. Was trying to attempt to chart a map of the Feywilds, which I told him was a ridiculous task, but he seemed set on it. He wanted to expand his knowledge of Fey and the Feywilds as much as he could.
That does sound like him based off family description. but no concrete direction or information of where he headed. I know it's been 15 years. I'm just looking for my grandpa.
Your grandfather. You must be quite the man yourself.
I am a man. I will say that. Though quite a man might be a stretch.
Well, if you're anything compared to him, he's helped defend this tavern multiple times. Though in recent history he has left me to go what he says is to research.
Hey.
Do an insight check for me.
Okay. Insight. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So carry on.
And he left nothing behind. Didn't say a word, just went off into the world.
Oh, he said many words, my son, but he didn't write anything down. He kept a journal with him. He took that with him. I believe he was going to the Tither next.
The Thither. I see. And you'll just see me like jot down a quick note, close the book, put it away. Oh, that is quite the information you give me. I know my direction that I must go now. I appreciate it.
How much do you appreciate it?
And you see me like rub my chin, think, reach to my pouch, and just toss one gold coin over.
You appreciate it quite greatly. And this will also pay for rooms for you and yours.
Thank you. Do a little bow, and I'll walk back to the table. Let me remove this gold. Boop.
Alright, so Ambrose has secured knowledge and room and board for you guys for the next night.
Alright.
Yeah.
Harriet, Zachary, and Cliff.
Yeah. Harriet was
Looks
blowing into
up
her
from
pamphlet.
strumming.
Cliff was
Looks
preaching.
up from strumming their swam. Did you learn anything?
I did actually. Not quite so much, but apparently my grandfather was here 15 years ago. I'm not sure what time frame that would be in the Feywild. However,
Oh no.
he
It would
said
be
he
15
was...
years in the Feywild.
Okay, cool. Apparently, at the end of his travels here, he was going to Tither, and I believe that's where we're trying to go next, correct?
Yes. After we deal with Bavlorna.
I see.
When you guys say that out loud, you see 2 or 3 heads in the crowd, like, cock towards you.
Harriet
Well,
will
actually,
go.
if you have a passive over 13, you see a couple of heads cocked towards you.
What if I have a passive of 13?
Yeah,
I have
what
a
if
passive
of
of
13?
12. Harriet
Me too,
knows
beats it.
nothing.
I do. I have a passive of 14 for perception.
Meets it, beats it. So if you have a 13, you see it.
Perhaps you shouldn't say such things out loud.
Say what? That we're looking for Bavlorna, as I say it louder.
The heads that cocked before, like, you see the 2 Harengon, like, fully, like, shift towards you. And you see the grizzled, like, old man, like, stand up and start to walk towards your table.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, Ambrose.
Did I say
After a
something?
second, he comes up and he goes,
Secrets.
"You shouldn't talk about such ludicrous ideas in public. Just a fair one." And then he starts to walk back off toward this table again.
Yes, apologies for my friend here. He can't carry his alcohol.
No, I haven't had a sip yet.
Yes,
Harriet
it
pushes her
seems-
half-drink wine glass in front of him. Yes, you have.
But
Just
Harry, you know
drink
that I.
the wine.
Oh, yes, of course. Anything for you,
roll.
Medea. I start chugging the wine.
Hmm. Should we have any conversations?
The
further about
Herringons
this?
go. You gonna do what now, mate? It's an interesting topic that you brought up here. It's I could put a bet down on it.
Sorry, the wine goes down rather rough. I said we're gonna look for Bavlorna. You shouldn't have given me that wine.
Amazing roll.
So are you going to go and look for, and then what are you gonna do after you find her? Are you just gonna take a deal and move on your way like the rest of most people?
We were gonna have a
Valkyrie's given-
conversation
yeah?
with her.
Valkyrie's given up trying to convince the people that Ambrose is drunk at this point.
Harriet will simply just slowly put her pamphlet back to her side, lean on the table and go, "What's it your business to know what we're doing?"
Yes, it seems quite rude to
Well-
eavesdrop on somebody else's conversation.
When the conversation is so loud, it's kind of hard not to hear it, if you know what I mean.
Well, my friend's drunk.
Yes, well, most of us are. That's kind of the reason for a tavern, don't you think?
Yeah.
Now,
What?
you will have to pass through Agadon's place. So I'll let you know. If your plan is to take out Bavlorna, as we've heard, Agadon might be a powerful ally, but you will have to survive him, so to speak.
Oh, you mean
he's,
how...
he's a thieving little bastard, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I've heard. Thing is I know he's also cursed from Bavlorna as well.
So you guys, even though you're foreigners, know so much about this land, yeah?
We know enough for now. We're gathering more information. You have more to share? I'd gladly pay to help. Words! I gladly will pay for any information that is useful that we
Well, alright.
may or may not have already.
You give me a gold, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this bandit stronghold. We used to be bandits ourselves, but we decided that if Zabina ever came back, it's probably better for us to not be attached to them anymore.
Since they break all the rules, right?
That's not the only thing there, Missy, but gold speaks. I do not.
Harriet will pull out a gold and flick it over to him. Get talking.
All of a sudden, I feel as though I'm more talkative. Now, they've been ordered by Bavlorna to steal the greatest memories of any individual. Of all individuals that they come across. Now, they're supposed to return those to Bavlorna. And that is basically the quest that has been set upon Agadon. Most of them are not cursed, they're just stuck. Do you understand what I mean by that? Not really cursed, but also no really other way to live. But at the same time, every memory they steal, it's, if Zabilda comes back, I don't know if she'll think about it the same way as us normals would think.
Well,
If you were able to free them from this curse, though, they may have time to recompensate and remiss on their past decisions.
Well, what if I was to tell you that part of our plan was to help with removing that curse? If, say, Bavlorna went and you just see Harriet make a poof with her hands. I mean, contracts
Well-
can't be fulfilled if the one who holds them goes poof.
If she's still on this plane, then the contract holds problem. But if you mean poof how I hope you mean poof, then best of luck to you.
Do you have any suggestions that might help? Potential weaknesses, things to avoid.
If you think we knew anything like that, you think we'd still be dealing with the witch?
Well, that's kind of why we came here, to see if we could get any information, because knowledge is power when you go against something like that. We know she deals
Well-
with illusions, and she makes shitty deals with people.
There's a good chance you may be able to get the frogs to help. They're in another civil war at the moment. And there's a good
Ah.
chance that you could get some of... if you were able to help Agadon, I'm sure that his crew would be more than willing to help. But other than that, you're dealing with an entity far above our power. I don't know how powerful you are, but for us, personally, it's out of our depth.
Ah, the bullywogs who protect Bavlorna. Maybe... Well,
Protect isn't the best word. But that's all I'll give you for the gold you're giving me.
well, I do know that it is quite out of their character to act like royalty. They're usually quite different than what I've heard.
He takes a nice long drink and carries on with his conversation with his companion.
Well, that isn't a lot of new information, but it is a little better than what we had.
A little information goes a long way, as they say.
Yeah, but I don't think that was worth a gold. Maybe 50 silver. Half of that information I already knew.
Harriet. And Cliff. I guess Valkyrie as well.
You
What
guess?
does wider shins mean exactly? I'm very
Wider
drunk
shins?
right now. I'm very drunk right now, and when you guys were talking about weaknesses, something popped in his head about information that we got a long time ago.
Oh.
But I can't remember what it means.
Lattershins? I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I may have misspelled it in the notes.
What does what mean?
Hold on, let me control F, because I don't know if it's in the notes or if it was just said while we were talking about.
Something.
Yeah. Nope. Okay, we didn't write it down. Forget it.
Okay.
I remember the word. I have it written in my notebook here.
Ah.
With an arrow pointed to Bavlorna. But
Oh! Ah. Alright. I think I might know what you're talking about.
but if the rest of the group doesn't remember what it
Each
is,
of you got the weaknesses of your gods or of your fucking hags.
Mm-hmm.
I think yours is Lattershins, which none of us knew what that was, like above board. It's a game of some sort. So yeah, no, like Google it. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Because they each have a different fucking weakness.
am I actually allowed to Google that word? Cause
You are 100% allowed to Google that word.
okay.
I wouldn't know a thing about this. I just got here.
I don't even know how to begin to freaking spell this word.
You say ladder?
I think it's
Shoots
like
and ladders.
Wiedershins. Like,
Weeder?
all right, I'm gonna go.
Lead closer?
I'm gonna do some looking around. Cause yeah, I know what you're talking about. And you got it from the carousel.
Valkyrie and Harriet would definitely not know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
unless
because I
you
think I only
willingly
wrote
share
down
the
my stuff from the carousel because I think you messaged us privately about that.
Okay. Okay, you're drunk. What on earth are you trying
Later
to talk
shins,
about?
later hosen.
Okay, so it's not what I was thinking about, but your hag is Skelblatha, right? Or no,
That-
you're Bavlorna.
Yeah. I don't know what this word means. I just have it arrowed and circled to their name, so.
Fuck. Laddershins.
Is it in the module?
Yeah, it was because from Lost Things. I'm looking in the module right now. Secret tied to the hag. Widdershins is what it is.
Oh, Withershins.
It's allergic to seeing someone run Widdershins. And I remember we had to look up what Widdershins is. So, yes, it's Widdershins is what you have to Google. It's a game of some sort, I know that. Seeing someone run Widdershins. But yeah, Widdershins is what you're thinking of.
Is it WIDDERSISHINS?
Yep, that's exactly how you spell it.
Widdershins.
In a direction contrary to the sun's course, considered as unlucky or counterclockwise.
But I'm gonna see in game if anyone knows what that means, cause would I know what that means?
Everybody, roll me a history check.
Alright,
Yeah,
here
nah,
we
you're gonna have to
go.
roll me something for that one.
Well, I'm gonna think that Harriet knows absolutely diddle squat on this.
17.
No.
Harriet, you will get advantage because you're a Fey-based creature.
Yay! First roll was better.
All right,
By
I
Valkyrie,
got a
roll.
17.
By 2.
you have a vague reminiscence of this game, and so I don't know
Is
what
it
it
a
is.
game?
So what
Or
is
is it just
what
the
is
meaning?
Widdershins? Like who Googled it?
I googled it and I'm seeing
I see it as a horror
Widdershins is
minigame.
an adverb from Scottish meaning in a direction contrary to the sun's course, considered as unlucky or counterclockwise. So, what is exactly what it says in the book?
So okay, yeah. So what it means is they're basically allergic to people that run counterclockwise.
That right there, Widdershins. I remember that
Wi-
weakness as I reach for another.
Counterclockwise?
Sure, whatever you say. Does anyone have more wine?
I have a tab. You can get yourself another one.
I start
Don't
snapping.
give him more wine. He's already
Stop saying-
drunk.
Let him. He's been a little uptight too lately.
He's already snapping. It's too late.
When?
Zachary, do you want
What
wine
about
as
that?
well? Do you want more?
No. Hang on. You said they're allergic to Widdershins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, are you saying that out of character or in character?
In character.
Oh, I didn't say allergic. I just said the W word. If anyone knew what that meant.
It means counterclockwise.
Noted. Drink.
So,
But why are you saying counterclockwise?
Do you all were asking the other furry folk over there? Not furry. Hold on. you asking
Herons,
the other.
herons. The bunny
You're
people.
You're asking the other rabbit folk there about possible weaknesses. That something clicked in my mind just now.
and it was counterclockwise that clicked in your mind.
Mm-hmm. Well,
The
not
Widdershins
counterclockwise.
is-
The word. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Widdershins. but
Widdershins, it's... Can't remember. It's not common.
Which
but-
honestly, it would make way more sense if counterclockwise stuck in your head than Widdershins. Like,
I have no idea why on earth they would put an old Scottish adverb as
an
opposed
old
to what it
Scottish,
actually
yeah, that's an old Scottish
what
Scottish
the hell,
reference.
guys? Anyways, but do you like grabs their next drink from them, looking them
Uh-huh.
in the eyes? I need you to concentrate hard right now.
Oh, I'm quite hot,
What
Valkyrie.
exactly do you remember them mentioning about counterclockwise?
He's too hard to think right now.
Too hot to think. I'm focusing just on you, Valkyrie.
Never mind. I'm sorry. I just it was just funny.
Calls the herring guns over again.
Oi, what you want?
Swaps down 3 gold. I need you to tell me anything you know about Babylona and counterclockwise.
They swipe up the gold, and you get basically all the information you guys already know. There is,
Oh,
but
she's
they
not.
do give you a
she-
detailed description of the the fuck, what's it called? The Brigands Tollway. They tell you like how like they normally spread their defenses out on it and such, and that you should probably deal with Brigands Tollway before you go into Downfall, because if you
God
don't,
Damn it!
then
I want to keep
Brigands
my
are
3 gold now.
tasked to come to the defense of Downfall. And they tell you there's a couple ways to get into Downfall. One is by the swamp, which you have to walk through, and the other is by raft, which you'll have to find a raft or make one. They tell you about Agadon, which you guys already know everything that you can know at this point in time about him. But they do tell you he's a charismatic leader. And to watch your pockets if he's ever like within sight. He has a way of stealing things.
We have lots of things.
For 3 gold, that's not worth much, but can you answer me one further question? Does Bavlorna ever leave?
He heartily laughs. He goes, "Normally, each expense is paid in part, but seeing as you got gypped on the last one, I'll give you this one for free. No, of course the hag never leaves.
Not hither. Do they ever leave their house?
You see kind of a confused expression across their face for a second, and they go, well, not that I can think of.
Is there anything that would cause them to leave their house?
I would assume a lack of a house.
So we burn it down. Sounds like a good idea.
It's an idea indeed. Oh wait, we're not there.
Shame.
No, you guys are all at the same table. You guys are all here.
Oh, I figured Zachary walked over to the barkeep and asked.
No, this is to the
Oh, the Haragon guys?
He
Okay.
called the
Herringons.
Herringons over.
Can you think of any reason why Bavlorna would want to leave their house?
I'd say basically to kill their sisters, maybe? Other than that, why leave? You already run the whole country.
I'm sorry. Did you say kill their sisters?
Oh, you didn't know? The hags hate each other.
Really? That's actually. You just kind of see Harry get this like, ooh, we didn't have that information before.
Slight smirk. No, that is worth 3 gold.
Now, why on
Hang on.
like
Insight check on that. On the hags hate each other.
Roll it.
I want to join in on that too.
I'm just gonna believe
You want
their
to do
word.
help or your own?
Yeah, I believe that.
No, that's my own
Alright.
insight check.
17. She's not telling a lie.
Okay. It's like, this is new information. Wait. Nobody knows this. I need to double check, make sure they're telling the truth. That's why.
Leans into the others.
You don't know. Okay, so I would say that it's true enough that they don't like each other. You don't know if it's true enough that they would kill each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Leans into the others. Around the table. Here's my thought. Pulls out their map. You notice how the brigands' walkways are more or less circular?
Hmm.
So, if, I do mean if, we found a way to lure Bavlorna out of their hut and towards the brigand stronghold, and if we could make or get the brigands on our side somehow, like promise them, like, if you fight for us, we can help you end your contracts, or something of the sort.
Well,
Could we lure her into always walking clockwise around the fort?
so, Zachary, you're saying we lure the hag to the brigand's hideout, and we make her walk counterclockwise.
Yes.
How do we get a hag out of Downfall to go to see the brigands? I mean, that's brilliant.
Quite the journey.
Yeah, that too. Honestly, I was just gonna say we could just walk around her counterclockwise and make her dizzy.
I guess that works too, but I'm wondering if there's also a way to get the brigands on our side. You heard what they said. We're insanely underprepared for how powerful Bavlorna is.
True. Allies
If we
would
could
be good.
also have the brigands on our side and actively fighting against Bavlorna.
Well, also remember the brigands hurt Jingle Jangle. And took something from her. So, They have two things we want. We have nothing for them other than the ending of one contract. They help
Well,
us.
how much do you guys want your contracts ended?
Oof.
You gotta think of that.
Yeah, okay, so 3 things.
It's like, no, I was saying in retrospect, like,
Oh, okay.
you guys have curses on yourselves, too. And you think what would you give to get that curse gone?
I
So,
am
like,
quite happy being truthful all
all of the, yeah, I was gonna say, like, it doesn't really bother you. You're just, like, fine telling everybody what's up. But, like, everybody else is like, what's the value of that you would put, like, monetarily versus, like, what you're asking for monetarily?
They probably don't want to keep taking memories.
Like, out of character as a player, I'm just thinking that cannot be coincidental that it is arranged like that. Do I know how on earth we're supposed to get Bavlorna out? No fucking idea.
Oh, let's just burn the house down.
Harriet loves that idea, by the way. The second you said burn the house down, Harriet just got this big old ass grin on her face like, oh, yes!
Like, this is
That may
going...
be a little bit of my other character, Una, slipping through the line, but I don't care. Harriet is chaotic.
Zachary's going to be like, no, I don't really... Looks at Cliff. Do you have a way of setting arrows on fire?
Okay. Cliff pulls out from his robe a knife, just a short blade, and there's no like ill will coming from him. He kind of does a flourish, spinning it in his hand like you would with a pistol, and he stops it, and there's a green flame covering the knife. In a way, yes, I do.
I'll say, Cliff, you can add an uncommon magical item to your sheet because everybody else has gotten some magic stuff.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking about it. I was like, it seems like it will put you more on level with everybody else if you have one uncommon magical item. I'm only saying that because I'm thinking about wrapping it up soon. I'm very drunk, and like it's getting hard for me to like keep track of everything that's going on. So. Carry on with your guys' RP with the right now, but after this we'll call it. We got the character introduction out of the way. We got a lot of stuff done, like RP wise. We got plans made.
Did we
but
start
I will
with
not be
an
able to
uncommon
carry on.
magical item?
No, but we
No,
got a bunch of
no.
stuff from the
You
carnival.
guys got a bunch of stuff from the carnival. You guys got a
Oh,
bunch of
yeah.
stuff from the carnival. He didn't get anything. Like he started with level 2, and that's pretty much it. And so I was like,
I don't even have armor.
Oh,
yeah, I was about to say, like, he needs something.
yeah.
Zachary has a wolfish grin on their face. Provided that we can actively persuade the brigands, I might have a brilliant idea of how we can burn her house down.
You don't want to talk to her first or anything. You just want to murk her.
Honestly, with what we've heard of Bavlorna, do you think she's actively up for talking?
Are you
Well,
actively up for violence?
She 100% you guys would know that she's up for talking. She's gonna try and make a deal, but
She likes deals.
that's their whole vibe. Like they're trying to make a deal of some sort. So up for talking, 100%. She's super down to talk.
I just got the most evil idea ever. We all stand around her in a circle and we all talk in counterclockwise order in order to try to convince her to deal one word at a time, making her spin around counterclockwise.
That could be kind of funny.
And then
That
kill
would
her
be
ass.
interesting.
don't. Cinematic-wise, my brain is like, make her spin around in counterclockwise circles. We each say a word one at a time. We have an item that would help us with that shit. Oh, sorry. That is so off key.
Oh, yeah, like, come up with all the ideas, because this is like, you guys are trying to do a passive campaign. You have to, like, don't get me wrong, I'm fine if you guys throw hands, but that is a very interesting way to go about it.
Well, if all else fails, diplomatic-wise, yes, we can shoot, set her stuff on fire or whatnot.
Well, I think we should probably sleep on this. What is the sleeping arrangements? Ambrose, I believe you set that up, right?
Yes. Though I failed to ask how many rooms we were allotted.
You just see her.
You guys got 3 rooms.
Okay, we did get through. All right. Ooh, there's 4 of us now. Cliff, do you have a room?
Cliff has a room.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
have a room.
All right. Well, I say we should go to our rooms, get some sleep, and Ambrose, you should really get some water and sober up.
Yes,
Same
Mother
with you,
dearest, I
Zachary.
shall.
That's your second wine, honey.
You can get up. Stagger.
Ambrose just goes
for
get
water.
more wine.
Actually, yeah, I
Harry-
will bring more wine.
As Ambrose gets up to go get more wine, Harriet will go up to the barkeep and ask if she can have permission to play her flute and entertain a few people, possibly to earn some coin, and is willing to split some of the profit with the barkeep if she earns any.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But we do not have them through here already. So I will take 10% of the profits.
Agreed. And Harriet will spend some time weaving a tale with her pan flute. I'm sure there's a spot somewhere in the tavern where she could set up a small performance.
Give me 3 performance checks.
Woo! Here we go.
Yay, E minor.
Ooh. Oh, that scared me for a second. That was about to be a 7. Okay, so 19. A 12. Come on, give me a natural 20. I'll take a 10. Which is a 14. Oh, shit. Double ones on a d6.
Yeah, so you didn't earn a lot, but you did get 10, 14, 15, 16 gold, or 16 silver, sorry.
Oh, okay.
And 10% of that, so you have to give off like 3 copper or something like that.
Alright.
Yay, you got the price of a room.
I was
Well-
about to say you earned a room.
She also
Which,
earned
as
back.
a bard, that's kind of like what you were looking for.
Yeah. Also, on top of that, Harriet earned back a little bit of the silver she gave for her drinks.
Mm. Yep. Hey, bard life. All right, I'm gonna call it here.
Alright.
I think everybody is acquiescent to our new member. I think that was a great session, and it was nice to have more to add to the RP, because like it felt
Definite.
like, for me, it felt a little stale. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it felt